Interweb. I'm sorry about that, interweb. Had some technical difficulties. I don't know what happened. I got so much air traffic around here, messed up the Wi-Fi, something I don't know. But I'm back. So let me start this shit back off. Um, like I say, if you missed the last GRG podcast, you need to go check it out on K Maker's channel. You know, you're getting information from real gamers that play these games. Yeah, we in the gaming streets, but we play these games. If you need to check out tomorrow, the Heroic Vibration podcast, need to go check it out tomorrow. Um, Triple Cup Chuck, Flip Money, Savage Carter, Chaos, Sir X Man, and you never know who else might pop up. Last week it was my man 108 Dragons TV popped up. Um, Give me 1 second, cause I got to reshare it out. Um, So I'm gonna talk about Inside Xbox. We're gonna talk about the spec for quote unquote Mark Cerny came out saying some shit. We're gonna talk about that. Give me 1 second, me move because I got it on dual screen. Oh man, be so much stuff going on. I would did a 5 minute video, but it's too much for me to say. So I'm going live with it. Give me a second. Let me add a picture to the joint. Go to my files, my free zone. Let's just roll like that. All right, because I'm about to get in here and start ripping folks. So yeah, I'm gonna talk about the Forza Streets. Let's talk about the Forza Streets. If you didn't hear me talk about it before, I'm talking about it again. Forza Streets is on PC and it's supposed to go to iOS and Android. I don't see why the gaming community is up in all. Some Xbox guys are up in all about it. Like Microsoft doesn't care about the Xbox console anymore. Why do you care when you have a traditional game? You have Forza Horizon and Forza Motorsports, traditional on your console. So why are you so much in awe about it? Why are you so much pissed about it? That's why I want to know. Why are you so pissed? Why are you so angry? To me, that don't make no common sense at all. Zero. But to other, I guess to other people, it does. It does not make any sense. Cut my live chat on. Shout out Flip Money, Cypher. So since the shit is going on there, it's certain YouTubers, it's certain people that's on Twitter crying about it. The game looks like an arcade style game, something like Midnight Club. It actually a perfect game you can try out the X Cloud with your cell phone. It's not super graphically demanding. It's shell shaded. It looks like a fun racer that you can play on your phone. You sit in your office, something like that, and you can just go and play, have fun. What's up with your pimpster? I don't see all the rhetoric and the bullshit from it. But people I see that I you kind of had a little bit of respect. I don't can't respect them because they're not being true to themselves. They're not keeping it a 100. They're not keeping it a buck. But I didn't hear the outrage from the Nintendo guys or the Nintendo people when Mario Run went on iOS and Android and Pokemon Go. I didn't hear none of that shit. I had zero. I ain't hear, oh, that game was not exclusive. This game was not that. Yada yada this, yada yada that. Come on. Not keeping it a buck. You know, man, I'm on the wrong damn mouse. That's when you messing with like 6 computers at one time. I don't know what mouse is on. I got people threatening me now on Twitter. What the hell I'm finna say? That shit is crazy. You can't threaten 100. 100 gonna threaten you. I'm gonna put your ass in check. Talking about better put it down. You better get a life. So enough with that. Enough with that. Enough with that. So Inside Xbox came out yesterday. Some people was upset about it. For some apparent reason, they were upset. I don't know why you was upset because he showed you games, controllers, the all digital joint of the Xbox. People was complaining about the price. They don't understand the price and the price range because they didn't listen. They heard number 250, but they didn't hear what you get in the box. They're crying like a bunch of bitches. I'm gonna say it, a bunch of bitches. Cause I used to be named in these games. I'm damn. I'm got to be real today. That's why I couldn't do a 5 minute video. I have to be real. No 5 minute videos over here today. So they are upset. They are really upset about the price of the digital jump. But we're gonna get to that. Um, Let me see. They showed game. They showed Sea of Thieves. Let me get into Sea of Thieves real quick. Sea of Thieves, I've been playing it since the Alpha, the Beta, the Omega Supreme. I did it all. Me, my man, Flip Money. You know what I'm saying? I didn't play. You know what I'm saying? With my man Livewire and everybody else that game in our group. I have been locked up in the brig. I had made the term that I don't people that I have saw on the interweb using. I get drunk on the boat and drunk in real life. That I made that term, and they don't want to give me two credits for it. But I don't give two fucks. But you better at least acknowledge, a brother, that you didn't make that shit up. Man, I'll be a VIP. But they complain about inside Xbox, they complain about everything else, but then Sea of Thieves coming, they showing you harpooning, uh, you going fishing, story, all type of stuff. That is a MMO. If you ever played an MMO, it goes so far, then they start putting on other things and other things and other things and other things. If you play Sea of Thieves for 10 minutes, you ain't enjoyed yourself. It's really a party game. It's not for you to go sit on the scenes, on the seas. What's up with you, Keenum? It's not for you to sit on the seven seas by yourself. It's for you to get in a party, go searching for treasure that I don't do, because I'm the admiral of my ship. Like I say, I get drunk on the boat in real life, and I guard the ship. I patch it up sometime. I'll patch it up a little sometime. I come off the ship when they need me, but you know. But look when that game first came out, and look at that game now. People streaming the game. People's not giving Sea of Thieves its credit. Not going to get it because it's a Microsoft game. If this was a Sony game or a Nintendo game, it'd be the best shit since sliced bread. But they don't want to. They don't want to come to the truth. They don't want to come to the like, hey, the game's good. But then you got other people on these gaming streets, like you got the Red Dragons. You even got the crap gamers complaining about it. Crap Gamer was in love with this game when it first came out. Like I said, I'm not disrespecting him, not calling him. I'm not calling him not a gentleman. I'm just this is opinion about certain things. I don't see where it's coming from. I'm just keeping it real. I see people nag on Twitter all the time, and I'm like, what you nagging for? You nag and you nag and you nag and you nag. You think that's gonna stop them from see if thieves? My thing is, I want to ask them personally. When the last time you got on the seas? When the last time you played it? When the last time you attempt to stream the game? You don't talk about the positives. You want to talk about the negatives. Oh, it ain't a AAA title. That's a AAA title. You don't put that type of money and energy every damn week. They have something on Twitter talking about what they've put in new. They're listening to the community and they're trying to do the best of what they can do. Nobody's saying that though. Oh, Sea of Thieves is trash. No, sometimes some part of your life might be trash. Don't mean you trash in general. Just say I don't like the game. What's up with you, Reaper? That's what I get. I get mad at the crap gamers in the red. Like it, I'm like, y'all was liking this shit. But since it's not popular in these gaming streets, and it's popular to put the game down so you can get some views, have somebody that gonna like your Twitter feed and something like that. That's something with me is telling you it's something socially wrong with you. It is socially something wrong with you. I know I'm sounding like I'm on the pulpit, but my dad was a preacher, so I've been around and shit. But I'm keeping it real. It's like if you like something, you like it. Sea of Thieves, we like it. Do we play it every day? No. Why? Because we have so many games to play. Some of these games we've been playing, a lot of these looter shooters been taking our lives away. Like the motherfucking Division. I'm trying to get 500 armor score and shit. And I'm saying I'm at 380 something. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do that. I got to go back to play in Black Desert. I put back on Borderlands 2 when they gave me that free ass 4K HDR update. So people like, oh, Xbox ain't got no games. Xbox ain't. So I'm gonna preach about this too. Well, Sea of Thieves doesn't have a quality of a AAA. Why they keep on supporting it? Why people keep on streaming Sea of Thieves? I mean, not Sea of Thieves, State of Decay. I know people that play State of Decay all the time. They didn't add new modes. It's not the same State of Decay. I wanted to play State of Decay last night, but I got back into Splinter Cell Conviction after a couple of shots and shooting and getting killed every 5 minutes. That's what it is. But you can't say State of Decay. It's not a quality good game. I put State of nobody. Okay, what's up with on the PlayStation side? They got that Neho, Noonie Cooney. Them not AAA titles. They third party handouts. They are third party handouts. Sony doesn't make these games. So I don't want to hear, oh, this and that. That people don't even buy. Oh, it did. It did some. It did a million. Two. No, that's not good to me in an intellectual base. And if I'm an investor, I'm you have 100,000 million trillion consoles out there and only a million. By that means you better even have 1% of the market space. So you could have just sit there and put it on Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, and PC. Probably would have made more money. But they don't understand that shit. But people just want to shit on Xbox and Microsoft, so it's time for me to shit on them. I told you I had to take over the mantle of responsibility of the community. Because the guys out there, they're playing for clicks. Like it's their livelihood. I do this because I'm a gamer. I do this because I like gaming. I do this because I love Xbox. I love the ecosystem. Because I don't see the competition giving me all this stuff for free. They gave what they do. Ninja Gaiden 2. People love Ninja Gaiden 2. What? Gave you 4K textures yesterday for free. If you own the game, you got it for free. You got it for free. But people complain about it. Sony ain't giving you shit for free. The only game that got upscaled to 1440p was fucking the Borderlands joint. Other than that, they don't have no games or no to take advantage of their hardware. Where Microsoft is showing you every game. Now, like I said, I was playing Splinter Cell. It looks good. The 4K textures look good, but the facial yeah, it looks dated. It pops out, but it doesn't hurt the game. Borderlands looks incredible. Borderlands look incredible. These games running at 4K 60, not 1440p and 30. But nobody talks about that. Then let me see. I'm on a roll right now. Let me get to this shit. Remember a few months ago when the X came out, it wasn't about the power. It was about the games, about the power. Now Mark Cerny, they finally let his ass out the basement. He goes to the wire that nobody reads that shit anymore. I don't even know they still exist. Talks about the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 5, or whatever they gonna call the motherfucker. How I was gonna have PlayStation 4 backwards compatibility. Ain't that about a bitch? When Xbox comes out with theirs, you're gonna get Xbox, OG Xbox, 360, Xbox One, and Xbox, whatever they call it. So when Phil Spencer came out and said, we're not leaving no one behind. So you decided to get a new box. But they sure wanted to talk about 8K. Ain't nobody got no 8K TVs. Half these motherfuckers ain't playing on 8K televisions now. Or monitors. What's up with you, He-Bot? They're not playing on them. But you want to talk about 8K. Yeah, it's 8K TVs out. Ain't nobody finna go run out and go buy 8K TV. Your eyes barely can even see 8K. Nobody's talking about that. How many people that you know in your house, your aunties, your cousins, some of your friends, your high school sweetheart, still rocking out on 1080p's? Even though 4K is become cheaper now than it was 1080p, but they satisfied with they don't care. You don't even get 4K content from your damn cable provider or your satellite provider. You don't. But the first thing they come out with, oh, it's gonna play in 8K. 8K these nuts. Nobody give a fuck if it's gonna play in 8K. They gonna charge you for 8K too. They gonna charge your ass. And ain't gonna be cheap. How many of y'all go run out and get an 8K TV? How many of y'all dumbass ponies go run out and go get an 8K TV? Because you better have 5 to 6, 7 racks. Right now in 8K TVs, they don't sell no motherfucking 44s, no 42s, no 39s, no 25s. It's 55 and up. But see, y'all don't want they don't want to understand that shit. They want to throw all this specs, but see, it wasn't power. See, that's why we say y'all push the goalpost wherever y'all want to pull it. Pull it. No. When Microsoft came up, we got the most powerful console. Oh, it's not about power. It's not about power. And half the thing about it, you gave you a pro that was just a little bit more. And you see, they just finna kick that to the side. They talking about 3D sound. How you gonna make 3D sound if the TV don't support the 3D sound? These companies gonna have to support it. But now they talking about sound. But when Microsoft comes in and says we have Sonics for Windows that's on Xbox, now we do Adobe Vision and we do Adobe Sound. Nobody cares about sound, but now sound is an issue now because they talk about 3D. I told you it's a lot of hypocrites out here, and it's time for me to put them on straight blast. They don't know. Bunch of sheep. I told you they're a bunch of sheep. I'm not no sheep. But that's a damn shame. And like I said, it's a damn shame. When I got up to the specs, and it was like, oh, I'm like, all right. I like Sony said something on the wire, all right, it got to be true then. But then they said the shit ain't coming out this year, so why the fuck you all happy? They did that because Microsoft was going to announce something, but announce what's going to go on at E3, and they had that. They were trying to take the thunder away. Microsoft don't give a fuck about what Sony's doing. Sony gives a fuck what Microsoft is doing. You know what I'm saying? I like how inside Xbox was showing, Rage 2. Talking to the developer. Go sit down with the developer. Then that bullshit ass state of play. And they would just rip off a fucking off a Nintendo Direct. Come on. Microsoft was showing you gameplay. They were showing you these games that play best on Xbox One X. Now let me talk about this digital Xbox. A lot of people was upset. Had a conversation with my man 108 about it yesterday. You know what I'm saying? We have, we all don't agree on everything. Oh, my man Hebot want to get. I'm gonna send you a link. Hebot, give me 1 second. I gotta go switch computers. I got like 3 computers running at one time. I'm supposed to be working, and I'm here talking to y'all. Give me a second, Hebot. I'll let you come preach to the masses. Let me hit on my tweet that, and I see Hebot a link. Cause Hebot, the most powerful gamer. Y'all need to go check out my man Hebot. Be over there preaching too, giving y'all that work. But see, y'all talk bad about him. Y'all want to put him in the blender. You can't talk about. If you talk about Hebot, you're talking about me. Shout out to my man, you know what I'm saying, Durian out there. Everybody being our little private chat, keeping it real. Uh, Give me a second, Hebot. It's gonna get sent now. All right, I just sent you one. Yeah, so let me get on for Hebot get on here, and then I'll let Hebot talk about it. What I've been talking about. Let's get on. Let's get on this all digital Xbox. Been knowing what's coming out. Been knowing it. Been knowing it for a couple of months. A couple of weeks. It got leaked and everything. Even knew about the price. Only thing I didn't know is they said yesterday that the price of the all digital Xbox will always be less than the Xbox One S. $50 less. It'll be $50 less. And I don't understand how people are. It's cost too much. Right now, you can get that bad boy for $200 because the S is $250. But they don't know how to comprehend. They don't know no. They don't have no basic math skills. They don't have zero math skills because right now you can get the all digital for $200. But is it digital for everybody? No. Now the pros of it is you get 3 games that's already pre-installed on the damn thing. That means you can just go and play. Then you get 3 months of Game Pass and Xbox Live. Okay, for some people they feel like that's a deal. Now me, I'm gonna pick one up because that's gonna be my spare console. Like when my X went out, I have a spare console. I already go all digital. I only own about 12 hard games. So that is for them. That's for a person like me, where I can just hook up my hard drives to it and just go. People that just a lot of people have all these streaming services they paying for, and even though it's compressed, they want to stream in 4K. It ain't. They just giving you options. That's all they're doing, giving you options. I don't see Sony giving you no motherfucking options. So let me break this shit down to you. Red Bull Gaming. Let me break it down to you. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. This ain't got nothing to do. Console war stuff. It's gonna always gonna be. It's always just like I'm a sports fan. The Clippers in the playoffs. Fuck the Clippers. Fuck everybody else. My Lakers is sitting and going fishing months ago. That don't mean I'm gonna be kumbaya with a Clipper fan. No, I don't like. You think I'm gonna go to the Clipper game? No. Only time I go to the Clipper game when somebody give me free tickets. So you talking about this console war? This stuff is for entertainment purposes only anyway. You take it serious, that is your fault. That is your fault. I'm just trying to spend factual evidence to people that get misinformed by certain YouTubers and certain Twitter handles out there. That's all I'm doing. I'm keeping it real. You know, you don't want to hear about the console war. You can hit that. You can just roll. I mean, I it's nothing wrong with having a friendly debate of your hardware or what you play. It's nothing to defend. It's nothing harmful what you defend. When y'all go sit there and say, "Honey, I love Persona 5," even though I think that shit is a weird ass game. It's not for me. But I don't. You see me going on Sony channels. You see me bashing Sony, going on other Sony Pro channels that sell or streaming, and that ain't no game. That's gay and all. You hear me do that? No, I don't care for Persona 5.
Mm.
Persona 4 Arena. And that shit is weird to me. I'm playing with little kids, that demonic and all type of shit. But I
Mm.
Persona. I played that shit for about an hour and a half yesterday trying to beat that shit. We got Ebot in the house. Ebot.
Vaya, dímelo 100. ¿Cómo está? How's everything, buddy?
Man, trying to live my last day off work.
I see that. I see that. I see you preaching the Xbox word.
Oh man, I got to do something, man, because we don't got the soldiers don't move no more.
Oh, oh my
Soldiers is like they
God.
too scared to move.
Did you see the flip flopping agendas ASAP yesterday? It was tremendous. It was so funny. I put up an article up there from, I think it was Push Square. It's like, Sony has announced a new spec for the PS5 and it is genius. I was like, here we go. It has begun.
It was genius, all right.
I
But
was
remember, it wasn't
dying.
the power game was remember it wasn't about the power no more.
No, wasn't it the same for the last, what, year and a half since the X came out? What do you need power if you have no games? Dude, this is, you can't, I told you, you can't make this up. We've been saying this for forever. And everybody's go, oh, y'all just corporate slaves. Look, we're not corporate slaves because we never talked about power to begin with. We were talking about Xbox One since it came out with the vanilla Xbox, right? As they call, quote unquote. And we always said that what it was doing was great. It that because we had games like Forza 5 and Forza 6 and Forza Horizon 2 and Quantum Break and even uh something like Rise and the quality that it was running, even Killer Instinct running at 60 frames and 900p, and they were playing fantabulous with a good internet net code, and we never complained about it. But then obviously we knew that Phil and Microsoft had to answer to the the toxicity that comes from the media, from the haters, and from all the bandwagon jumpers of, oh well, the X is not powerful enough, even though to this day there's still not a game on the vanilla PlayStation other than the baseball, which all sports games run in full 1080p 60, that do 1080p 60 on the vanilla PS4, with the exception of games on Xbox like Halo. Halo 5 runs 1080p, uh, 60 frames on the Xbox vanilla. It just dynamically downscales to keep the performance, as we all know, just like Forza 5. And that doesn't downscale. That's native at all times. So, it's just funny. You know what I mean? It's just funny how they try to act like we were in power and they're trying to goalpost everything when it's not. The X is a beautiful thing because it helps the performance of the games. It helps every game run a lot better, a lot smoother, which is what we want, for the performance of the game, because it's important. It makes the reaction of the games. You meaning like the reactionary time on the controller. It makes them better, obviously, because of the better frame rates or the better loading or the anti-aliasing, kicking in with the bump mapping, all that stuff. It's all working cohesively in one unit to give you a better performance experience on each game. And that's really what we were talking about all this time. And now they come with this PR shit. Listen, 8K. Are you there with me, 100? Or did I
I'm here.
just,
I'm here.
8K? It's not even possible on PC. The only way Digital Foundry was able to do that on PC was that they bridged two Titans, right? And
Uh-huh.
what it did was it was 8K upscale. It wasn't even 8K native. It couldn't that this the resolution of 8K is too demanding on the CPU, and there's no CPU in the market, even in the PC space, not even from AMD or NVIDIA, nobody that can handle 8K. That's why they're trying ray tracing, because what they're doing is they're doing techniques that make it look better graphically with just 1080p outsource, right? But giving it better graphical fidelity with the performance of like a better frame rate using ray tracing, which is a really state of the art type of tool that they're using right now. It's kind of like DirectX 12, but doing other things. Uh, so for people to sit here and think that there's going to do 8K on the PS4, that it's going to have the solid state drive, maybe two gig solid state drive, because it's going to need at least 2 gigs, because 4K alone it takes too much space, so they have to give us at least 2 gigs, and for it to have the Navi and all that other stuff of the as far as the chipset goes, and the GPU, and think that it's going to be a $400 machine and it's going to be affordable, you're retarded. I'll be honest, you're
Yeah.
retarded if you really
And
believe
then
that.
I think they showed. I read in an article too. They showed that the game speed won't load it because they're going with SSD. But
Right.
I'm going to tell you guys that SSD is going to be soldered on that board. You ain't going to be able to change it.
Oh, no, 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 hell no, no way.
The way they showed it, it's not. It's going to get soldered on that board. So you're only getting that SSD. Yeah. It's going
Well,
to run
right
a little
now,
faster.
yeah,
Well,
no, it'll run much faster, but an SSD right now, 100 or 500 gig SSD goes for like 130 or 150.
mm,
500 gigs, ladies and gentlemen, 500 gigs. We're not even in the 1 terabyte territory, because the technology is really expensive still. And that's the reason why they didn't put it on the X, because people had asked Phil, would you put an SSD? They put one on the Xbox One. Remember the vanilla one, the first one that we got?
they did that one, but it was a hybrid. I think it was
Mm-hmm.
1 terabyte, and then the other one was a hybrid
Mm-hmm.
drive.
And you
So
see how
and
expensive it
it does
was.
like what people does PCs. If when I get a
Mm-hmm.
person bring in a PC and they give me an SSD drive and they give me a regular drive, I'm like,
Yeah.
put everything on your regular drive. Your SSD is just for
Yeah, yeah.
like your graphically perform like your OS,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For
Photoshop,
the
Premiere.
mm-hmm.
You run. I'm gonna put that on the SSD so it can run quicker. Other than that, nothing else goes on that SSD.
It's
But when they
modified. It's
bring me an
modified.
SSD, it's like 100, 125 gig or something like that. It's nothing big.
It's
And
never
with these
big. No, no,
games,
no. Yeah.
how
Go
big
ahead. Go
these
ahead.
games are now,
Yeah,
they're like
yeah.
100 gigs with 4K.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. If they were complaining about the fact that that's why Microsoft was talking about. Remember when they were talking about that they wanted to do some type of people probably forgot about it anyway, but we don't, because we pay attention to everything anyway. Uh, remember they were talking about how they wanted to do something based off the cloud, where you can put all the 4K textures and and download files through the cloud, so that way it would alleviate the space from your console, and it'll still work effectively. And I think they still should do that. I don't know if they're still working on that, but I remember them talking back about that about a year ago. Uh, because it's the problem is the space. The 500 gig and 1 terabyte in the 4K and 8K spectrum. That's just a no-no. That's not enough. That's possibly that one game could possibly take maybe 500 gigs alone just to do the install of the base game. You know what I mean? Without any 4K textures,
Even with
especially if you're
video,
talking 8K. Yeah, the video,
even with
exactly.
video, if I do a 5 minute
Yes,
video in 4K,
yes,
it's over a
yes.
gigabyte.
That's right. Well, remember Quantum Break? When you did the pack that they did, right? Remember they did the upscale pack for 4K where the video was in 4K and then I think on the game was 1440, right? That video pack was an optional thing, right? The video pack alone was 80 gigs for the hour and a half movie
Hmm.
that they put in there. And people are like, "Oh, how come it's so many gigs and the game's only doing 1440?" Because it's the movie, dummy. Because these guys don't listen. They pay attention out their ass. It's the movie that they had in there was in 4K that is part of the game, because when you play the game, as we all know, and you make certain decisions in the game, it plays out differently in the TV show. They recorded multiple ways that could happen based off the decisions you did in the game to make it feel more immersive and interactive. And that's what happened. So that 4K movie, that's now what is it, like an hour 20 minutes, right? 100 for the
Yeah.
it's like 80 something minutes. That's just 80 gigs, just the movie alone to run it in 4K. Imagine a game the size of The Witcher or Fable that more than likely was coming down the road, like another Witcher style, but with Fable. That should be easily 300, 400 gigs. And now we're talking about 8K spectrum and territory, which is in its infancy. It's been out in Japan for many years, but even the cable providers here are not jumping to 8K. It's too expensive because
Yeah.
the bandwidth you need for that is retarded. The bandwidth speed you need for 8K is retarded. It's now with 4K and even 1080p, the bandwidth is just too expensive. I believe you and 108 Dragons talked about that when they were talking. Remember when Google did the announcement of them running the 10 teraflops and it was going to be everything 4K 60? That bandwidth speed has to be serious. And the problem is most cable providers do not
They,
have that type of data and bandwidth because it's too expensive to
yeah.
them.
Or
So
you
they
get
want
data
to,
cap.
yeah, and you get data cap. Exactly. It's another thing. Another thing. The data cap is ridiculous. Now, I know people listening to us are gonna be like, look, here goes 100, here goes Ebot, like always, trying to downplay the PS4. No, we're not downplaying it. What we're saying is don't expect something this big of a jump or leap from PlayStation, right? Not to cost $400. Get that out your head. It's not happening. This console's got to be at least $550 to $600 by the time it comes out, which more than likely will be the end of next year because the cost will be down a little bit more. It'll be a little easier for them to do. And on top of that, I don't think it'll be 8K native. I think it's going to be 8K upscaling. You remember Mark Cerny 100? What did Mark Cerny say when they started talking about the flops? That you could
Uh,
divide the 4.2 flops and split them and run 8.4 flops. Remember?
yeah.
Uh, and,
And
and
they
and and
still they don't run a game at
because
at 4K 60 frames.
exactly, but that technique would only work with a smaller game, like an indie game, something like Cuphead, because it's not demanding. But something like The Witcher or God of War, impossible. You'll never be able to pull it off. That's a technique they can do to save some space. It's basically compressing the teraflops, is what you're doing. And it's a technique that's real. You can do it, but with smaller games that are smaller filed, with less demanding, you know, uh, texture qualities and stuff going on. Something like Gears 5? You fucking crazy. You can't do that. Hell no. No way. It's not enough. That's why I said that, you could do the PR talk. And it's funny because Albert Pinello put out a tweet yesterday. He said, kind of weird, even though it's exciting to get the announcements of the specs straight from Sony for the PS5. But it's kind of weird, it seems to me, it's more the PR talk for their investors because Sony's been having a lot of investment drops every month since the beginning of this year. If you go look at their stocks, every month they keep dropping, dropping, dropping. They finally announced that they're dropping all their TVs and their phones completely, 100%. If you go to Walmart right now, you can get the 55-inch HDR Sony 55 Bravia that was always like 900. I know, you know what you're talking about,
Yeah.
100. I think it's
Yeah,
like
I
their
know what
E
you're talking
model.
about. Yeah.
It's $479 right now on sale because they're
So
not
that means
producing
that
anymore.
that what they had, they're losing.
That's right. They're not producing anymore. That's it. And the phones, all of them in Best Buy. So the Xperia, the one that costs like 600, went down to 199. It's being clearanced out because they're not doing them anymore. They have Sony's only bank right now is success of PlayStation. And if they make a mistake with the release of PS5, that can be their last limb where they're either going to have to force themselves to become just straight up publishers for games, or they're going to have to get out of the industry altogether or let somebody buy them out, which you know they're not going to do that. Their pride is too much up
They're
their
gonna,
ass.
you know
They're
what
not
they're
going to
gonna
do that.
do, like when they did the laptops. They're gonna sell that division off or have it lease it off, have
Hmm,
somebody
hmm.
can use their name
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
with
yeah,
it,
yeah.
and they
I get what
collect
you're saying.
off of it like how they did Spider Man.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
leasing them off. They might
yeah.
do that with their divisions and
Hmm,
do it
hmm.
that way and say, hey, uh, we'll make the screen, but you go host it. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
You go put your name on it, or you can say it's made by us, but we're not going to advertise it. We're not going to say it's ours because the TCLs and and the Vizios
Hmm.
and the Samsungs came in the game and took their
And
Sony had the
and they
best
and they
TVs
were
at
part
first.
of them. You know that Vizio used to be part of Sony as
Yeah, it
well
used to
at
be
one
part of
point.
Sony, and people don't understand that either.
And then they branched
And
off a
so,
little
and
bit.
when Vizio got the chance to break away, they broke
Yes,
away.
yes.
And yeah, you should see them in Walmart. People
Well,
used to
you
sit there like, "What's
do
Vizio?"
you
This and that,
remember?
and then Vizio start going to CES
That's right.
and
That's
start
right.
murdering their asses.
Well, 100. Do you remember the first name for Vizios? I don't know if you remember. They were called Olivia's. Do you remember that?
No, I don't remember that one.
No, their real name
Hmm.
they used to have before was Olivia TVs, but they started getting better, better, and then when their TVs started selling more, then they got like 100 said they got a chance to branch off. They did, and they started doing shows at CES, and now they're their own entity, which is great. And another thing, not for nothing, 100, because I hear you saying nothing but truths over here, or at least using logic, right? Because we're all speculating, obviously based off the rumor, or not the rumor, what they claim, right? How many times Sony hasn't said, "Oh, that the PS3 was going to do 120 frames per second"? Did they say it was running off a cell processor that had human tissue DNA in it? You know how much retarded shit
Man,
has Sony said through the years? Um, I just kind of think too, it could be also one of those moves that they're trying to do. Not only to try to take some of the thunder away because they know they can't go to E3 from Xbox because the ramblings are probably out there that they're going to show Lockhart, Anaconda, whatever the case may be. Because you know me, I never like to talk about the rumors. I don't do none of that on my channel until I know it's for 100% solid proof. Because I don't want to look like a jackass later, like other people do, and they don't care. But anyway, um, it could be too also to see kind of like a clickbait move to see what Microsoft does, to see if they lure them. And I hope Microsoft doesn't fall for it, because then if they say, "Oh, well, we're going to do this," then they come back, "Oh, by the way, we're going to do this since we come out next year. We're going to add more power and do more." Try to take Microsoft's thunder away. You get
yeah,
what I'm trying to say?
yeah, but see, I don't think that because see, Microsoft could have bit yesterday. You forgot
Yeah,
they do. They show live.
that's
They
true.
don't. This shit ain't pre-recorded. This shit is
That's
live.
true. That's true.
They read from
That's true.
teleprompters.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So they could easy. The only thing that's pre-recorded, like when they talked to Phil, and Phil was
Mm-hmm.
explaining
Mm-hmm.
about
Yes,
xCloud,
and
and
they
they was
said it
explaining
too.
about E3.
They said it
He,
that it was pre-recorded. Go
yeah,
ahead. Go
like
ahead.
it
I'm
was.
sorry.
Yeah, and you see them talking, and Phil was like,
Mm-hmm.
"I'm not really speaking. I ain't gonna say that the xCloud is the best thing." He said, "I have my own server." He's coming out and explaining like, "I have my own server."
Right.
So, and he said, My office is by the server."
Yeah.
People don't listen to what he's saying. He's not saying this is gonna kill this and kill
Yes.
that.
Exactly.
He is explaining that hey, we're trying to work out the kinks. We having
We're
PC
trying to
people like
see
it's
if
the
it
beta.
if
He
it
said no, it's
if
the
it could be
alpha.
good for the future. Basically, what he was saying,
Yeah.
exactly what you just said. We're trying to see if it's the best for the future because we believe in it. That's what he's saying, and that's what you're supposed to do as a company that likes to make evolve technology, evolve gaming. Is to try to evolve gaming. That's what is they're basically doing, and that's why they keep making money because they keep trying things. If it works, it sticks. Great, and if it doesn't, then they move on. That is how you're supposed to do things as a company. Unlike Sony, that they get something, it doesn't work out, it fails, and they still try to push it to try to sell whatever they have. They don't want to take that loss. That's what they did with the dongles for the Move. That's what they did now with the VR. And now they're trying to push the VR for the new console, because the VR that they're doing now is probably going to be repurposed. They're going to add a little bit newer tech to make it a little stronger for the next generation to sell off whatever they had stored still in overstock, because they don't sell. VR didn't start selling it until Black Friday had it for $199. Okay. And then you see shortly after, like a couple of months ago, a couple of weeks ago, they're like, oh yeah, VR sold 4 million. Yeah, after they were $199. People fail to forget that the shit came out for $499 and the bundle was $599. That shit was $600 when it first came out bundled. And the regular one with just the camera, I mean the mask alone, right? The headset was $499. You see what I'm saying? So that's diminished returns. They're just trying to sell it at cost, probably what they're paying still to manufacture them, or whatever they had to store them in the storage, to get back that and sell them off. That's why they're repurposing them. Don't be surprised if the ones for the next console look very similar to the ones they have now, just with a little tweaking here and there. Because that's all you got to do is change the shell, make some space, rearrange it, maybe put it a little smaller. That's all you have to really do. And move from there. They did it with the Moves. The Moves were the exact same ones for PS3. They didn't even change those, remember?
No, them the
You know,
same dildos.
same exact shit, So we all want everybody to do well, because, having more options is good, because not everybody's going to like Xbox. Not everybody's going to like Nintendo. Not everybody's going to like PlayStation. That's fine. But don't get too arrogant. Don't be, pricks making it seem like you're a godsend or you're smarter than the next person, because that's when I think you're asking for trouble. And in Sony's case, they don't have a lot of room to squeeze and play around with. Plus, again, let's be real. Microsoft has a plethora of money, right? So let's say they come out with this console with these specs, then that's just going to tell you that Microsoft is going to take the chance and take a bigger loss and bring out something that's even more powerful, just to prove the point. Because Phil said we'll never get caught ever again with the most underpowered console ever again.
Look
right?
at AMD. Have you seen AMD really come out for Sony and say, "Hey,
No,
we this and that"? They will
no,
come
they
out for
haven't even said
Microsoft like, "Hey,
anything.
we're working on the next Microsoft.
Yes.
It's going to run on the AMD." They come out and say that. You don't see
Mm-hmm.
people come. They don't come out for Sony and say this and that. Sony came out.
Mm-hmm.
Now Microsoft said, "You can AMD, you making the chip, but but they know how
Mm-hmm.
to talk." He said, "We have a wonderful relationship with Microsoft."
Yes, they did. They did say that in stage live
Hmm.
on that stage.
Baby girl
And
got up and said
go
that.
ahead.
Like, we have a wonderful
Yes,
relationship
she did.
with
Yes, she
Microsoft.
did.
Yes, we're working on their next generation console, and we want to bring the power for gaming. And the
Mm-hmm.
way she was talking, it's like she want to give the same. See, then this is what I hope he bought. Well, we can just
Mm-hmm.
end the month. What do we call that? What they call it? I call them the PC extremists. Some
Elitist,
people call them the
extremist,
master race.
elitist. Yeah, yeah,
Where
yeah,
this
yeah,
shit
yeah.
is on deck with damn near that more on deck than the more average PC. Because
Right.
everybody doesn't have it. All
E-
these PC
Even
guys
if
I
it's
see on
90%
Twitter and all that.
close, even if it's 90% close, I know what you're going to
Hmm,
say, and I'll finish you letting you talk. I'm
hmm.
sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Even if it's 90% close on console, it's still a standard that we never had before, because console gamers just like the ease of the console, the plug and play, and let's go. Unlike PC guys, they don't mind, the building of the PC, or the looking for drivers if some programs don't support it, or if it does it alone and it doesn't support going out and getting more memory or getting another memory card. You know what I'm saying? So even if it's 90% to the standards of the best quality on PC, we're still getting elite quality in a console at home. And that's what I think the idea of Microsoft and Phil is coming about, giving us the same playing field, so there won't be no more dumb rhetoric between PC or even console in itself. Because you see, we're getting the PC stuff, Black Desert. You see, we got
Man, never when
Kona and
it's a
Exile.
PC. Conan.
Kona and Exile.
Uh,
Now they're talking about bringing the Gears Tactics, Halo Wars. We're getting PC games, and all the people worry about saying, "Oh, why they got Forza? What is it? The new one,
and
Forza
Forza
Streets
Streets.
on PC?" Because it's not really a game of the quality that they want to see on the console. That's all it is. And they could always bring it later on if they feel like it anyway. We got Forza 7. We got Forza Horizon 4. Why the fuck would we even care about the streets if it's a more of a mobile style game? You know what I'm saying? I don't feel like we lost anything because I'd rather have something like Black Desert than Forza Streets, to be honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or Conan Exile,
Uh-huh.
or even that new game they announced yesterday, that Warhammer one, that Oncrod.
Yeah.
Remember? That's
Yeah.
going to be on
That
beta
one.
soon.
But see,
Hmm.
thing about it is, I get mad like, well, your Black Desert, y'all don't have all the content. Now I
Yeah.
talk like I say, I had people get at me, even my own crew you ain't had their own content. I said, I ain't got time to play the content that it is now.
Right. 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 Well, they got to
You know what I'm
understand
saying?
that
It's
they
so
didn't have
much
all
stuff
that
to
content.
do.
But 100, they didn't have that all that content either on PC.
No,
They
when they
got
first
that
got it,
content. They got that content gradually, and those games, since they're immersive and they're really online heavy. It takes time to add all the content and get it to work properly whenever you put it on a new device, and that is why we don't have all the content. But I guarantee you, a year or two from now, we'll have the exact same content that they have on PC, and then they'll make fun of it, even though they're not making fun of the fact that they're getting the Halo Master Chief Collection. And when we get Reach, we're gonna have the whole thing, while they're getting one game at a time. But
yeah,
they want to talk about, yeah, but we got Halo Master. Yeah, you're getting one game at a
at
time,
a
and the first
time,
one you're getting,
and
and
you
the
got
first one
yeah,
you're getting is Reach. While we have all of them with the online structure for years already. By the time you guys get all the games, we don't even probably even care about Halo Master Chief Collection anymore. I can't really say that because people love playing Halo, but
I
you
mean,
get what I'm trying
I
to
lo-
say.
I love Halo. Like I say, I wouldn't mind playing the Halo. Like my thing is, look how long that game been out.
Oh yeah, oh
Been
yeah, and
out
it's
for a while. So
yeah,
my
yeah, at
thing
least
is,
three
if
years, at
Microsoft
least.
say, hey, we can squeeze some more money out of this, let's put this on PC.
Right, right. Well, I
It's
mean,
not wrong.
and we
It's
don't
nothing wrong
lose
with that's called business.
100. We do not lose anything. We
Yeah,
don't lose anything because a PC is not a console. A PC is a personal computer. It's designed for business with the option to let you play games. When you go see, I could go buy a PC that doesn't play no games right now. All it does is business right now. But I can't go buy a console that can't play games because the console was designed just for gaming games. You see what I'm saying?
yeah.
And that's what I try to tell people.
No, because
Playing
I'm looking.
games
Like
on
I
a
say,
PC
like my
is an
PC just went out,
option.
so I said I'm gonna build me another PC.
Right.
But it's not for gaming.
That's right.
It's for video editing. It's gonna be
Right.
just as powerful if I
For
want to play
business.
something on here.
You
But it's for
could if you
business.
want to. That's right.
But I
Absolutely.
can't do a Word document on Xbox.
Right.
I can probably do a Google Drive document using the browser. But
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
why would I want to do that?
Is
You
that
know,
a
so a lot of
console
people
is for
talking about, well,
gaming
I got
only?
my
That's right.
PC
Mm-hmm,
hooked up in my bedroom. Or I don't want that hot ass shit in my room.
mm-hmm.
If you got a hell of a rig, that rig runs hot.
Right, right.
You don't got air. Y'all don't know about liquid cooling.
Yeah, yeah. And that's in the X, as a matter
Yeah,
of fact. The liquid
you
cooling.
don't have that. So you guys sit there and like, well, I go buy something. I go buy something. Uh, you can't go to Dell and get a Superman. You don't even know how to tweak the
That shit
settings.
is
You don't know how
expensive.
to overclock.
Yes, yes.
You don't know how to do all that. And they don't mean, oh, I can go on YouTube. You ain't gonna understand what the fuck they're talking about
That's right. That's right.
if you're not in that
Majority,
realm.
90%, 95% won't know exactly. That's a fact. And that's a
Yeah.
fact. 100's not lying. 100 is, well, it's like you've been saying for like what, quite a while, saying things like, it was something you said, and it came to fruition the other day or not too long ago. And I remember then 100% is all the time. People say, "Oh yeah, he's retarded," but yet what he said was exactly a fact. I can't remember at the moment, but when I remember, I'll bring it back up. But what you said was absolutely the truth, and then they don't want to credit you for it, or anyone for that matter that says something that's real. Look at even a small feature like the controller on the Xbox One X or S or even the vanilla, you can actually upgrade or update your controller via wire or wirelessly, right? To give you better performance if it's not working correctly with a game. There's no console that does that. And that's a small, minute feature that is dope as hell and has never really been seen at a big level before. And nobody will talk about it. But people will be like, oh, but you can share play on the PlayStation 4. Yeah, but you forget to mention the only way you can share play is, guess what? If you have a PSN Now account, that's the only way you can share play. It's tied into that. One of the accounts have to have it. If not, you can't use it. Plus, it's limited based on the developer. If the game only allows you to do it 3 or 4 times, like they did with the Call of Duty, that's all you can do. After that, you are not allowed. Or if the company says you're not allowed at all, you can't do it at all. But they won't talk about that, but they'll still bring it up. You can share play. So you can update your fucking goddamn controller on the fucking X or any console of the Xbox. And you can't do that on PS4. And you don't need no PSN account. Same way we got Dolby Atmos support, which is 4K surround sound. And you can get it even on the X and
And
the
on your
S
PC, you got up to 10
and the PC.
devices
That's right.
for $30.
That's right. All you have to do is
If you have a
activate the
TV that
fucking
support
thing.
Adobe Vision, I'm in
Hmm.
a free. I can have Adobe Vision. That
That's right.
that gives you more HDR content, give you
Yeah,
more
that's right. They
HDR.
just put that in recently, right? That we
Yeah.
ability support HDR Dolby Vision, right? Which is HDR 12. I forgot
So it's
about that.
so
Hmm.
people, you're not getting that on that Pro. But why do you
No,
care?
no,
Um,
no.
we're getting options where you telling Sony's telling you this is what you need to have, or this is
Hmm.
what it is, and you're gonna have to like. You know what I'm saying? Like even people told me game's gone. It's look like the best game. This shit is grayish.
Yeah, look, I played that World War Z and it's pretty tight. I don't think it's
Hmm.
gonna be as much fun as that. I'll be honest. My son was playing the World War Z.
Hmm.
It's pretty fun, man. Don't listen to the haters already trying to say that it's a four or whatever. It's actually Left 4 Dead basically, but in third person, modernized with a lot of new little trinkets here and there. It runs really solid. I was playing it on the X and it was no slowdowns, no screen tearing. It was really solid and it looks beautiful. It looks really impressive. And I remember what I was going to bring up about what you've been saying, Andrea, something you had said. Remember when last you did a stream like not too long ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, you were talking about how people were getting crazy or ape shit about the Cuphead situation. Remember going to Switch?
Hmm.
And it's like told people, listen, you are 100% right. They didn't own the IP. The IP was a lifetime exclusivity with the Xbox One console, but it was on PC right from day one. Microsoft went to Studio MDHR and told them, listen, do you want to bring it to the Switch? They weren't going to do it. They said, are you serious? Because there was an article where they said it themselves, MDHR. Yeah, because Microsoft wants to establish a good relationship with the Nintendo brand. That way, in the future, if they do anything structured wise with, let's say, an online system, ecosystem to help Nintendo's online structure, or even to get third party exclusives that were only locked on Nintendo for a long time, games that come to mind, Capcom's Tosunoku versus Capcom, right? For example, or Bayonetta 2, or something like Devil's Third because it's third party, they don't own it, but it was an exclusive deal. They can consider bringing it to the Xbox because now Xbox gave them, something in return. Like they showed them incentive. They did it with Minecraft. They did it with with the crossplay in Rocket League. Now they're doing it with Cuphead. That builds relationship, and in the long run, when you build relationship, all that creates is good camaraderie between companies. You know what I'm saying? Reggie's left on a good note, and Reggie's cool as hell with Phil. In the future, we could see some of those third-party exclusives on Nintendo come to Xbox, and guess what? They won't come to PlayStation because PlayStation's not playing ball. They're trying to be about
They're not
just
playing with the
what
cross.
we
I think
believe.
some of them crossplay games, and then
That's what I'm saying. They're not even trying to play ball
yeah,
correctly. And look, now they just announced, and I'm happy for them. Oh, well, you could do name changing. Fantastic. 2 hours later, oh, by the way, if you do your name change, we can't guarantee that you won't lose your DLCs, your save, games you bought, and all your trophies. Like, what? Are you serious? How the hell are you going to think and justify that that's okay? That you go change your name, pay out of your pocket, or $10, I think, after the fact and free the first time, and risk the chance of losing hundreds of dollars maybe that you spend on games that were only available digitally on PS3, right, or PS4 to get it together, right? Or use your trophies or anything that you have just to change your name. That's ridiculous, dude. I think that's not no type of respect to their fan base. And the first ones are supposed to say something and be vocal about it is their fan base. But they don't. They're like, oh
No,
yeah,
they quiet. It's
well
all
bend
yells
over.
like whatever they do. Oh, yes sir, yes
Yeah,
ma'am.
yeah. They said bend over, put a move right up my ass. I'll take it, Sony. I'm good. Just put that move stick right up my culo. I'm good. And then when we talk about it, it's because we're hating on them. Like, are you crazy? Do you know how long we've been able to change our name on Xbox? Since the 360, the very beginning. And we don't lose nothing. Everything stays with us. It comes right along with us. So how are you going to say is that we're hating? We're trying to help you understand that you're getting dog shit. Just like the 4K. Oh, you say we're going to have 4K playback, backwards compatible with PS4. I would think so. You're not going to have backwards compatible PS1 though, PS2, PS3, because they haven't done it. They haven't been able to. On Xbox Anaconda, I guarantee you, we'll still have Xbox One,
Well. Phil Cameron said,
360.
We're not leaving no one behind.
Exactly. Look at yesterday. We got the 4K enhancers. I don't know if you talked about this.
Yeah. I got the I don't have Ninja Gaiden 2, but I have I did a Splinter Cell yesterday. I was playing Splinter Cell last night, so
Right.
I'm playing something
Okay.
else. Yeah, Splinter
I
Cell
never. Go ahead. Go ahead.
pops
I'm
out.
sorry.
It
Mm-hmm,
pops out, but you can see when it pops out, but you can see the facial things wasn't it
Details. The
the
details.
details
Hmm.
it ain't on par like what you usually see like in some other game. But
Right.
when you see in Borderlands, yeah, Borderlands pops out.
Right. Right.
You know,
But
what you call it is
Borderlands
not
was
that bad.
done from scratch.
Um,
That's why.
Star Wars Jedi
Force
Academy.
Awakens. Oh, Jedi Academy. Okay. Okay.
That
Okay.
one, pops out. Pops out. It still looks. Oh, but it's like you appreciating the game. Like, man, this is what I was gaming on, and I'm
Right. It
playing.
shows you. It's
Oh,
basically showing you the PC version of that game.
yeah. It's like this is okay. This was all the bells and whistles turned on. Um,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of, and it's some 360. Even the Persona game I was talking about, it looks good upscale in 4K.
Okay.
From
Okay.
our, yeah, it looks good.
Yeah. 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 You're
That's
talking
why I
about the
played it for
fighting
so
one,
long.
right? The fighter
Yeah,
one, the
the
2D. Oh
arena,
yeah. Yeah.
it looks
Looks
good.
gorgeous.
Yeah,
Yeah. It
so
does look
but think
gorgeous.
what we don't
Hmm.
have to pay for these upgrades.
No, it's free. Absolutely
Yeah,
free.
but what is Sony giving you guys upgrades for the Pro? What's the
Right.
benefit of you having a Pro?
Right. Not one game that's in their PSN now. That's from the Xbox. I mean, from the PlayStation 2 era or PlayStation 1. Not one has the ability to do 4K. Not one. And you're paying for them. Like if they were still newer games, because I think something like Mark of the Cree, that's still 14.99 if you buy it on PS4, and that's a PS2 game. You see what I'm saying? Which is crazy. It's crazy because like us with the Xbox OG, you go buy it in the store, and each game basically is $10, with the exception I think of one. It's like 12.99 or something like that. But all the other ones, they're $10. Conquer, Breakdown, Mercenaries, Ninja Gaiden, Black, just to name a few.
Blinks.
Blinks, right? $10.
That was the
They
first
don't.
game that used a hard drive
That's
that was
right.
rewinding back and
Rewinding.
forth.
The first guy to do the rewind feature, absolutely, and they achieved that with the hard drive. Hundred is 100% right, absolutely. And I bet you a lot of you clowns don't even know that, and he's 100% right. That's exactly the truth. And it's a shame because, like I said, we'll talk about it because they'll try to say that we're getting shit, but yet we got launch games when it first came out. When we said, well, we're not happy with the Connect, they took it out, gave us the option. When motherfuckers said we don't really want Snap, they took it out. For me and you, it sucked because we love Connect. I love Snap also, and they took it out. So because they listened to the vocal minority, unfortunately. Then when they say, "Oh, you want the hard drive support again, like the Xbox OG, where you can play your games and your CDs off your thing, go to Spotify, you could do that." They put it on. They gave us AAA games. They gave us priority in our games, multiplayer games, games that have co-op campaign, meaning a single player campaign that you can actually play with another person cooperatively, like in Halo, 4-player co-op in the campaign, with the story, with the quality, with the polish that we expect from Halo, right? Oh, but it's not the chief. Well, that's part of the story. It's a 3-part story. It's a trilogy. That's how you expand. worlds, not doing the same thing over and over and over again. It's to make it exciting, to keep your attention for you, the old school audience, and for the new school audience coming in. You know what I'm saying? You have to do that. When you play all the Drakes, they all feel the same. Even the Golden Abyss, they don't feel different. They don't have their own identity. They don't feel distinctive from each other. They all feel the same. The only thing that's different, better graphics. And guess what, people? It's a next generation console. It's supposed to have better graphics. It's the same thing like they did with the Spider-Man. If you played all the other Spider-Man, you'll realize it did nothing new. Nothing. Not one fucking thing. That Amazing Spider-Man 1 didn't do, that Web of Shadows didn't do, that Amazing Spider-Man 2 didn't do. It didn't do one thing. Not one. And yet, oh, it's incredible. It's the greatest Spider-Man game of all time. Dude, you never played one. This is the first one you played. That's why you're saying that. Okay, graphics don't make a game better. It makes it look beautiful. It doesn't make it better. That's the difference. You know, and no, that's not no shades to anybody in direct. So for all you that like to talk shit and start rambling, I'm speaking out of what I've always said since day one. I've never changed my messaging about Spider-Man. And again, that's not hating. Spider-Man PS4 is a very good game. Awesome story. But the way I see it is I see it as a good movie before I see it as a good game because it didn't innovate in any way whatsoever. Whatsoever. And that is a fact. Okay? Um Anything like that. So, you know, when people like 100, myself, you know, anybody that's real Xbox centric will say something. The first thing, oh, you're a corporate slave. How are we a corporate slave if we're the ones supporting and believing in the console that everybody hates? If we're not afraid to support what we believe in, like Sega Man and Sega Forever, right? E-Rock, all these guys that supposedly we're the corporate slaves, but we are the ones that say Xbox is the best place to play, like Dorian, right? And we haven't looked back. And yet we still own PlayStation, we still buy Switches because we are speaking out of the what we see with what we pay with our bucks, the best bang for our bucks. How are we the corporate slaves that you're the guy? If you are the guys that are all doing the exact same thing that everybody else is, you guys are the ones acting like sheep, not us. That is the very epitome of a corporate slave when you flock like a sheep or a herd of sheep. So, you know, that's why when 100 gets all this slack, it's unwarranted, it's undeserving. When I get slack, I'm pretty sure people feel the same, that it's undeserving and unwarranted towards me. But we don't care. We keep a positive attitude. We still act like ourselves. We still treat people with respect, treat people with respect and kindness, and we still act like, you know, like who we are, real. We don't change or flip flop or change our messaging, and that's where we differentiate from the wannabes, the frauds, the ones that are only here for the moment, and when things go sour, they want to change, and then when watch when things change and start getting better and looking better for Xbox when they start showing better games with their studios and you know they have the power still. Watch how all these so-called hardcore enthusiasts that, oh, I decided to change it. Microsoft's not listening, even though we just got cracked down and nobody cared, right? Nobody was trying to respect it except with a couple selected few. And the game is phenomenal. It's ultra fun. Or when, you know, we just got Black Desert, even though Forza Horizon Streets is on the phone and you guys didn't get it. Yeah, we just got Black Desert, dude. So what's your point? You know what I'm trying to say? Like they want us to talk only what looks negative towards the console, but they don't want to talk what looks positive and want to ignore it like it doesn't exist. Well, that's what we're here for. We're here to open your eyes and slap the shit out of you and take that wax out of your eyes to let you know we're not dumb and we're not blind. We're going to tell you what it is. And if you don't like it, you have two options. You can stay and take it like a man, or you can get the fuck out and don't bother with what we have to say. You don't see me in 100 running to nobody's channel that we don't agree with or that we don't like, saying, yo, man, stop hating on Xbox. What the fuck's wrong with you, man? Grow the fuck up. Stop being stupid. PlayStation's all day. We don't do that shit. Or Xbox is the way. Why? Because me and 100 are grown men. We respect your opinion and what you believe and what you like. But we don't have to go over there to prove and bother anyone. We do what we do. We stay on track and we stay with what we believe in. And we prove it. We show it verbally physically with articles, and we still don't get the credit. And it doesn't really matter because we're still the real deal, and no one can argue that with us. No one can say we're fake and frauds ever, and that's what makes us proud of what we do. Not because we're worrying about console or no, that we're real motherfuckers on this YouTube scene, on the gaming scene. We don't change our messaging for fucking clicks. If you come to our channel, it's because you're giving us that real love, not that hypocrite shit, or that because we're being clickbaiters, no, or because we're being frauds, no, because you respect what we do. Go ahead, Hunter. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, no, man, no. I'm real. That's why we trying to tell people like I do this for the love. I lose more money doing this than I'm making money.
That's right.
I'm saying so. I do stuff for the love. Like what all I'm spending for E3.
That's right.
That's a lot. Thing about it is, you're talking about people. I'm like me, Mega, Bloody, and 108. We will. That's guaranteed. And a couple of people is going. It's already like booked
Mm-hmm.
in stone.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh, gone. Only reason I ain't going if I may don't be here, and the Lord finally takes me home. Other than that, I'm going.
And that's
But
keeping
I
it
have
real.
been before. But you guys listen to these people that I'm scared to get on a plane, scared to get on a bus,
Right, right, right.
uh, or do all this. Like I'm going to the Halo thing this year in Anaheim, the last
Right.
stop.
Oh yeah.
I
Oh,
want to
okay.
start going to these things. I want to go to PAX East time if I can get a heads up or go or know somebody that want to do this. I want to go to these certain events because we invested in it. So let me invest like people. It's not too hard to find me at
Yeah.
all.
Yeah. No, not at all.
I'm
No.
not a person like I get people if
You
they
make
come on
yourself very
Xbox Live.
accessible, and
I'm
I'm
like,
proof of that.
yes,
Absolutely.
you can hit me up. Either I'll make you hit me with a message or something like I don't not a YouTube star. I'm not trying to be one. I'm a regular Joe. That's
Go ahead.
all I am. And people got to understand it's nothing wrong with being regular Joe.
That's right.
Nothing wrong with being regular Joe, having fun of what we love. It's nothing wrong with picking a side. I'm tired.
That's
And
right.
for one is too, you don't have to own every console to have an opinion on another console.
That's right. Right. That's right.
Don't
That's right.
don't let nobody feel. I see people out there that try to get into this PC gaming and get everything and put themselves in a bunch because of what everybody else is doing.
Right. Right.
Quit doing what everybody else. Do what you like. If you like to rock on PlayStation, rock the shit.
That's right. Rock it, but prove
If you like
what you're trying to
Nintendo,
say.
rock this. I know I talk to
But
people that
100,
rock the stuff.
you don't find it funny, and I didn't mean to cut you off because I know you were on your zone. You don't find it funny how these guys, right? And it's particularly in the PlayStation side because the Nintendo guys really kind of stay their lane. They don't really do that. But on the Sony side, that's really basically where you see it. Where they'll be like, "Oh yeah, PlayStation is the best, way better than Xbox," and you're like, "Okay, why?" And they can't even break it down why. Oh, because look at the games we're getting, dude. The games you're getting are all the same. They're different series, but they look the same. They play the same. What are they doing new? What are they innovating? Like the one dude, I'm not gonna mention his name. Just oh man, we got God of War this generation, Uncharted 4, Spider Man, and I forgot what was the other game. It was another game. I say, oh, Bloodborne. I'm like, so you're bragging about two old ass franchises that you've had since the PlayStation 2 era and one in the PS3 era. Then you're also bragging about another franchise that's been out since the Atari that don't belong to you, which is Spider-Man. And then Bloodborne was just them basically trying to get their own rendition or version of the most popular game right now in the action space, which is the Dark Souls series, right? But their own version, they paid, well, do us a sequel or do us a side game, an original IP using the same style, but in a different era or whatever. And they paid for it because they just wanted to they were trying to build up their library because they really didn't have no IPs when they came out. They only had Knack and fucking Killzone Shadowfalls. Look how fast Bloodborne came out. It came out like they announced it. It came out like 2 years later. It was really fast. And the game is even wear minimum compared to the other Dark Souls games, which tells you it was a quick job. It wasn't really something that took years and years and years. To give you an example. And you see that none of these dudes can prove it. They say, oh, look at the games we're getting. Okay. What are they doing new? How are they innovating? What gameplay mechanics are they introducing that you've never seen before? I remember that you could swim in the old God of War. You can't even swim in the new one. Why? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
I remember that when you had a fight in the old God of War, you could control every element of it, all the way down until the last killing move that you did on him. In the new one, you just press to activate the cinematic scene. It plays out by itself, and then you'll do maybe a little button press here and there, and that's it. It's very bare minimum. It looks nice. It looks really beautiful and and, and elegant, and eye candy. But you're not controlling it. What's the point of me looking at something that looks nice that I can't control? You see what I'm trying to say?
And let me hit
Yeah.
Eric up in the comment section because I talk to the
Mm-hmm.
people. He's
Yeah.
saying
Yeah. Go ahead.
he said I'm an Xbox owner, but I don't like Sea of Thieves and Halo Wars 2 and Super Lucky
Mm-hmm.
Tales. Not interested at all. That
And
is
that's
you.
fine. And that's
But thinking
fine.
about it is they gave you options. Remember, Xbox didn't have no platforms.
That's
Platformer.
right.
They gave you Super Lucky Tales. That looks good.
That's
That
right.
should what's man,
Not
punch
not
some
only
light out.
that.
And it's not an
That's right.
easy game to beat.
That's
You
right.
guys wanted something like a or something. They gave you Record. You try to shit on that.
And
You
it's a
know what I'm saying?
platformer at its
Yeah.
finest. Well,
Uh,
Eric, look, Eric, to add to 100 saying something like Super Lucky Tales. If you like Mario Brothers, you're gonna like Super Lucky Tales. I can tell you because I played both. And the difference is Super Lucky Tales is a new IP that's trying to gain ground, meaning it's trying to find an identity in the space of the platforming kings, like Sonic, like Mario, which it deserves to have a space. Every new game deserves to have its own space. Is it as the same quality as a Mario? Absolutely not. That's not what we're saying, but it can't be. Mario's been around 35 years. That game is perfection because they have 35 years of practice. They cannot fuck that game up even if they want to because it's Nintendo's bread and butter. They can make those games with their eyes closed. You see what I'm saying, Eric? And like 100 saying, but when you play Super Lucky Tales, it's a fresh new take on the same genre with a new character, a new world, and it's only a $30 game, which went down to $20 shortly after. So for what you're paying, you're getting your bang for your buck. Look at Sea of Thieves. Sea of Thieves, everybody thought it was dead, and now they just gave it another 10 months of life because not only are they adding Battle Royale, which is the hot thing with boats, now it's got a campaign. You can actually go in if you don't like Sea of Thieves and still play it like a single player game because they added a campaign to it, which I think is going to be co-op also. Now I'm going to go play it more because it has a campaign. I can play it for people that like campaigns. Okay? And it's free. You're not paying for it. And then State of Decay, it's more of a survival game that the best way to get the experience is to play with a bunch of friends. A game like that, playing it alone, and if you don't like playing them because they're kind of difficult, you're not going to have the fun that you're going to find if you play co-op. They're designed to be played cooperatively, and that's where you find the fun element. But if you don't like it, you have every right not to like it. That's fine. Crackdown was amazing. Go play Crackdown. The gameplay in Crackdown is super fun. We're going to get Gears. We're getting Ori 2, which is the same quality as a Metroidvania. And if you say you like Metroidvania, but you don't like Ori, then you're frauding yourself. And we're also getting Battletoads, which we still yet to see what it looks like, which that's exciting. You got to be positive, and you got, like Hunter said, you may not like it, but others do. Look at State of Decay, 5 million players. And regardless whether it's through Game Pass or they bought it, it still has engagement, which just means the game's going to live on for a while. It's not dead. And they're going to keep making money off of it, and they're going to keep making content, and people are going to keep enjoying them. And that's what you want when you make a game. You want it to last. So go ahead, 100. I'm sorry.
yeah. But my thing is, who playing God of War right now? Nobody. Who playing Spider Man no more?
Unless it's new to
Nobody.
them.
You got all these damn one and
Mhm.
done games where people still playing Halos. They still playing Forza Horizons. They
That's
still
right.
playing you know what I'm saying, State of Decay. They playing
Hmm.
Sea of Thieves. Trust me, when
Hmm.
Microsoft went invested in those Sea of Thieves, it wasn't making them no money.
That's right. That's right. You're absolutely right.
They wouldn't they would have pulled that button. Microsoft was cool to pull the button on something that ain't really working.
Yeah,
You
Scalebound,
see how
perfect
they snatched the
example.
connect like a motherfucker, and I was pissed.
Yeah, and Scalebound, when it wasn't working out
It
financially, they
wasn't.
said,
It
"Oh,
wasn't. Yeah.
they knew the game was beautiful, but they're like, oh hell no, you're not going to steal our money. You fucking
Uh,
crazy."
so when they don't understand that concept, this is a business. But then you get your local fanboy YouTube channel and want to believe that rhetoric that they be saying, and enough is enough.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Somebody got to say something. It's enough is enough. And I
Well, I
see
mean,
just because I don't talk on Twitter that
that's
much
right.
and all that, I see it.
And it doesn't mean you don't care either.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you don't care. We care, but we don't want the wrong information out there either. We're not gonna just go say something just because it's funny or it's cool to say it and act like we don't have our own brains. We're grown ass men. Me and Hunter have been playing gaming since Pong, since Atari, since Pac-Man. We've been doing this shit since the schoolyard. We used to argue with our friends in the schoolyard about what was better, what had better graphics, what had better games, what had better arcade games, what had better IPs that were new and intellectual. We've been doing this for years. So this is not new to us. We are the Bible of this shit. And if you don't like it, that's too bad.
Yeah. And like I
We
said,
built this
they get out of
hobby.
they get out of wax and like, oh y'all adding gasoline to the constant. This ain't got nothing to do. This is I rep X. I bleed green. I rep Xbox. That's what I like. That's my primary console, and that's what I'm gonna rep. Just like I like the Lakers, I bleed purple and gold. Like my Dodgers just went up 3-1. I like the Dodgers. If you rep your team, I respect it. Just do it right. Don't sit there and put it when times get hard or you feel like times get hard, you want to jump ship. No, I don't like that shit.
That's right.
I
Hunter's
don't
right.
like it. When I see certain people love Sea of Thieves crap, all of a sudden it ain't a AAA title. Well, Microsoft putting AAA money inside of it.
Yeah.
You but since you have a better, I ain't gonna say you got a better install base than I got. It's up there, but I, I don't give in to the clickbait. Some people give in to the clickbait. You're going in and out. You're going in and out. Watch you going in and out.
All right. No.
You're going in and out, he bot. No, you're still going in and out. Yeah, you're going in and out. You botting. But like I say, y'all like to play y'all games, man. Play y'all motherfucking games. Have fun with it. But if you want to like every system, there's nothing wrong with that either. I just don't care for the PlayStation and the controller. Don't care for Sony. That's just hunting. But I play these video games. I play these games. I don't follow behind the deck. Not sitting here and complaining every 5 minutes about everything. That's what's something wrong with the Xbox community. They bitch and complain about everything. A little bit too much. Damn. Hope this ain't work. No. Because I ain't doing nothing to tomato. Um, but it's people like Hebot don't get it. Don't because nobody wanted me because he's telling the truth. People like me they don't want to mess with me because I tell the truth. But I prove the truth. I try to play games, show gameplay, talk about my experience of the game, how I feel about it. No, Forza Horizon, I go in there and collect my money for my business and go see my new cars. And then I play a couple of races and I roll out because there's other games to play. But they say Xbox don't have no games. I'm just telling you, like I say, I'm not here to shit on nobody. That's just what they want to do. They welcome to do it. That's what they want to do. They welcome to shit on themselves.
Can you hear
Yeah,
me,
I can
Hunter?
hear you now.
All right, real quick. What I was trying to say before I start getting lag again. What Hunter's saying is true. If you love a brand, right, or love anything, and you vouch for it, the best way for you to get your brand to be better or to be heard, right, for that they can do things better, is basically being positive. If you start being negative, they're not going to listen to you and take you to consideration, because then what you're doing is, like Hunter was saying, you're adding fuel to the fire. So how can you say you love something if you're becoming part of the problem? You're not helping the situation by being positive and having a positive outlook. And yeah, I know people are gonna say, yeah, but you could only be positive for so long. Listen, it ain't that serious. Xbox hasn't done that much of a bad thing, other than maybe that they had this a drought with AAA exclusives more consistently because they've been there, just not consistently, or AAA to the standard of the agenda that's going on now. That if they're not photorealistic, they're not considered AAA, which that's just ludicrous in and of itself when you even think about it. Because if that's the case, Pac-Man, Tetris, Donkey Kong, Pong would have never been great arcade hits ever because we would have just been worrying about visuals. Okay, that's not what it is. It's about the experience, the fun factor, and obviously the gameplay. So 100 is 100% right. If you want something to get better, you have to stick there and be strong and be positive. And even if you're critiquing it, but do it in a mature, positive manner where it shows that you care about this brand, that you're not trying to add fuel to the fire. When you do it ignorantly or doing it in a way where you're being sarcastic or trying to be a smart ass or a smart guy, you're not going to get anything done that way or resolved. It's not going to fix the situation. It's just going to make it worse. And people are going to lose respect for you. You're going to see you as you have no dignity. And they're not going to even listen to you. Then they're going to start ignoring you, which has
Yeah.
happened to some people. But he's
I,
right. Go ahead, Andre.
yeah, like I hear, I think about it. Just because y'all don't see me go in the streets or I go do this. No, I see it. I hear about it.
Mm-hmm.
People tell me about it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times I just laugh about it. But sometimes you got to let that be. Like I saw Megan kind of get upset this morning. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying about
Okay.
you know what I'm saying what someone said, and he put his foot in the ground. Like, come on, y'all, this is some bull. See, that's the fire. That's how you know that's a that you know. Come on, Xbox ain't bad. You making
Right.
it like it's this dog shit. It's not.
Right. Right. Right.
Look
Right.
at
But the whole.
Microsoft
But
gives you innovative products. Think about it. I'm in an insider program, in the Super Skip program. I can
hmm
talk about it. You in the preview program on PlayStation, you cannot even talk about it.
that's right.
Nintendo
That's
don't even have one.
because you don't have one. Right. Exactly.
So
hmm
I'm be able to talk about it. Now, yeah, I have been under NDAs a lot. Some things I cannot talk about
Right.
because I
hmm
played a certain game or a certain beta. But yeah, but if I could, I would. Like, oh, you don't hate? I said Halo, Fable Legends was dog shit. I couldn't say it because I was
And
under
yeah.
NDA.
And I said
I,
I liked it.
yeah,
Remember?
and I
hmm
said I didn't like the shit, but I was
hmm
under NDA. I wasn't. I wanted to make a video. Like, man, fuck. And the shit was Evolve before Evolve came out.
Yeah. 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 hmm
Like Evolve took the skin.
Every time you played it, it got added stuff. It looked better. It had more mechanics, more elements.
But it
It
looked
did
it
evolve,
good.
and it looked it gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it looks good. But
hmm
it looks good. But I'm like, okay, I understand. I guess because I come from the business side of things, I can kind of understand your failures and non failures and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, I I like what you know. Look at the UI. The dashboard has changed. PlayStation has the same ass shit. Nintendo shit just like play. It's something simple. You know, I like to go to here, to go to there. Yeah, we don't have the snap feature more. I didn't really care for the snap feature, but um, look. Actually, even look at the community. Look at the when you go on Xbox. Look at the community. I might be seeing like the other night. He was in the party. I didn't know he was in the party with. I jumped in. I know he wasn't in the party with no weirdos. And he was in the party with man Sega forever. And like, oh, and we had a great talk. And we was playing games. But like I say, a lot of these guys that y'all listen to, that's Debbie Downers and all that, they're not gonna be at E3. They're not gonna be at no PAX. They don't do nothing. They're gonna be sitting right there in front of that camera that you guys provided because you clicked on it, you paid for their Patreon, you did all this and that, and they're sitting back laughing at you. I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm gonna say the PlayStation contracts. I been knew about it. Been knew about it. Not gonna tell you where I heard it from, but I've been knew about it. A lot of your favorite YouTubers or that you like or make you giggle signed that contract where they're not allowed to say too much negativity about PlayStation. I'm talking about signed a contract.
Sorry, Andre, I got cut
Yeah.
off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What were you
That's
saying
not,
before I got cut off? I'm sorry.
oh no, I was
You,
saying that um I'm telling them like stay hard for the brand, for the brand. Like, but I'm like people that goes over that you listen to that don't go to these E3s, that's
mhm,
looking at their 720 monitor, don't see it for yourself. The people that's not trying to go to PAX or having excuses, uh, are people that's sitting there want to shit on Microsoft. That's talk and just doing it for the clicks. People that I know that have signed pony contract. That is for real. That's
mhm.
not fun and games. I've been known about it. Can't tell you. I've been heard about it. I left it alone. But it's people that bought
Right.
that sold for a PlayStation 4 Pro. Some of them got a VR,
Mhm.
and they're not allowed to bash Sony to a certain extent. It's in a full contract. It's been it's the full. People thought it was fun again when we were talking about it. No, it's for real. That pony contract shit is for real. I'm not going down that path to do clicks and views for YouTube. Heba been putting out videos, and y'all haven't. Go check out Heba. He been putting out retro gang videos, playing these great retro games. But y'all sit there, y'all go talk shit in his comment section instead of seeing him watching playing the game. Listen
Listen
to
to
he
what I'm
talking
trying to
about it.
say about every game. Mhm.
You don't
Trying
do
to
that.
explain why I feel this way, why I felt that. Because I want people to get the appreciation of the game that I've never really shit. They just straight up warranty for you only
If you buy the game, he buy. Okay, put it on here. Yeah, he bought you botting, but like I say, man, we just here as gamers, man. We love the game. We love the Xbox shit. Hopefully, I get into like look even what Xbox is doing. Even going to E3 and getting the Fan Fest. $45? What you pay? How many? What you pay for Sony? You pay up team for Sony and don't really pay all the games for PlayStation Experience. But hopefully I get into Fan Fest and I like I say me, K Mega, Bloody Knuckles, aka what I'm saying, Little Bot, and what I'm saying, my man 108 Dragons, we're preparing. We're buying equipment. I have bought a Go Cam. I'm buying other things. I want to bring you guys. We're gonna come back to like we did last year. We're gonna sit back and talk about each day that we experienced. Can't go to Sony because they ain't at E3. Uh, Trying to get into some of these conferences. EA is there, but they don't have a conference this year. So we're gonna go to EA Play. I haven't been to EA Play because it'd be too damn hot, and they're gonna drag me to EA Play this year. So I got to make sure my beige ass put on some long sleeves and stuff because I like to be beige. But like I said, we're gonna try to have the best coverage for you guys. We're gonna try to sit here every night until everybody leave. You hear what we got to say. We're gonna have the same bottles of alcohol. You're gonna get the truth. Looking to collaborate. Um, yeah, we was me and 108 was talking about the barbecue. I want to kind of stream the barbecue people coming in and out. I don't want to stream that live. You know what I'm saying? So that Thursday,
I'm
I
back.
probably, yeah, I can hear you.
Good, good. So what was I saying, 100? I don't know. What was the last thing you heard me say?
I can't even remember.
Well, I think what I was trying to say is that a lot of times when I do those videos, well, basically when I talk about it is because I'm trying to get people to learn about it. Because a lot of people just talk bad about a game, and they never took the time to even try it out the right way. They'll play it 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Oh, this is ass, and don't really invest. And sometimes certain games, you don't really get to the meat of the game until you play it at least 2, 3 hours because they're made and designed that way to keep your attention there to learn all the mechanics, like a tutorial kind of. And once you do that, then you'll really see how good the game really is. And that's why I do that. That's why I speak about and compare it to certain games. And well, remember if you saw this in this game, well, it's kind of like that. And they don't listen to me, 100. They're just into one.
Yeah, but see, that's what I kind of want to change the culture to try to
Huh?
change the culture for people like you.
Right, right.
Try to change the culture because you putting out content. You put out more content than I do.
Right, try.
But I
Mhm.
play games. I have a Black Desert video Sunday. I probably put up tomorrow.
Right,
Where
right.
I'm just sitting there talking shit. Everybody in the party.
Right, right, right.
I'm just sitting
But
there, you hear me because they always say that I always mess up people. They have a good idea and I always shoot it down. But I be the devil's advocate about it. Like,
well, I saw
I've been in the game longer than some people.
I saw the video you put up where you demonstrating the gameplay with the archer, with the girl archer. It was pretty good. I saw the whole thing. It had some nice.
Yeah, see, I don't remember the girl. They have a girl that she's like she plays like heavily sword. He has a tail whip.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I gotta try.
Give it a chance. If you don't, I tell people like, I'm online. I will play. I will level up.
Yep.
I'm here to help.
And he'll play with you if you send him an invite. That's how I talked to him. I just sent him an invite. He just talked to me. He didn't even know who the hell I was. 100 didn't care. We talked. He's not like that. He's not the type of person that you either got to pay him or you got to suck on him. Like keep on sucking on him in order for him to pay attention. He doesn't do that. He's very humble and very genuine. Like you hit him up with a little text or even a little messaging. As long as you don't do no weirdo shit, I guarantee you he'll talk to you. He'll play with you.
I even got PlayStation weirdos that got accounts to me weird shit.
Yeah. And to be honest,
I'm not mad about it.
And to be honest, when you talk with 100, when we're online, we don't even talk about the gaming bullshit. We talk about the games. When we're playing or about women, about work, women, life, anything that you can think of, like buddies, like we've been friends for years, By the way, 100, if you get that World War Z, let me know, because we can play, because my son got it.
Jesus. I can't buy it. I wasn't buying no more game.
It's pretty good. It's a pretty dope game. It's division without the grinding.
Because I said my last game was going to be Mortal Kombat for a while, so I started knocking out these bad boys.
Yeah,
because I'm in so many games.
That's right.
I'm playing last night. And I thought I was supposed to
Yeah. Hey, speaking of Split Cell, now that they have Conviction and freaking Blacklist 4K, I never got to finish neither one of them. Now I can finish them in 4K. Shit.
And you get it for free.
Oh yeah. Hey, and Sekiro, that game. The way they built that game is it's such BS. It's designed to just piss you off because of the lack of response and the oh my god, it's like magnet hits. Like you could be far as hell and no matter what you do, they still catch you. It's like the gameplay is so annoying. You got to really have patience to play that game.
But yeah, let me get behind up here, man. I've been on here now. I gotta get ready for Easter.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I gotta talk to you about some details about what we talked about the other night. I'm not gonna say it because I don't want nobody to really know. Until
hit me on the hip.
Yeah.
Hit me on the hip. You can hit me on the hip anytime. Give me an office.
Thank you for inviting me in too, bro.
Oh, there's
My
no
brother.
problem. Anybody else, you know what I'm saying? Xbox when we die. We bleed green.
That's
We
right.
bleed Sega.
You believe Sega more than Xbox, but fuck it.
Yeah, man. I love Sega.
Yeah, just Sega right now, they got a problem. They need to get smacked.
Yeah.
Put in Yakuza Judgment only on PlayStation. What the fuck wrong with y'all?
Cause they being want to be racist, but like I say, he about to hit me on the hip, and then I'm gonna go. You know, said I gonna get ready to get set up because I gotta go off for the next 2 days.
All right, brother.
And
It's nice speaking with you, like
you know,
always.
y'all, go check out He-Bot's channel. Check out everybody's channel. We all family. And we out.
We out. Peace, brother.